Hey everybody, welcome to the Long Time Pod. We're here to talk some stuff about games, manga, anime, and I think that's it actually. Yeah, cool. I'm joined today by Demi on my brother from
I'm here, yes.
Yeah. Elijah.
Yo,
and me. You know my name. You should know my name by now. Maya or Sean or whatever. Anyway, so D23 came out recently. Doing that, and they've announced a few movies and plans, a lot of things like the Little Mermaid thing, which I actually thought was cancelled, but you know, but it's actually not.
What's so funny about the Little Mermaid thing is that we've talked about this on this podcast before. Is that whenever there's like a fictional character and they're black, even real people and they're black, no one, the people are just screaming and they're like, no, it's based on if realistically they would not be black. And it's like she's a bloody fish, and then you see
a talking fish.
She's a talking fish. You see the same thing on flipping Lord of the Rings.
I think Rings of Power.
Too. Yeah, because there's black elves and black hobbits and stuff.
And then, do you know how like bright that tree is? They could be white and that. That tree is like blinding. They'll be like, oh no, they'll be white. It should all be black if anything.
So just racist.
Like, you mean they've existed for thousands of years? Like before anyone was on the planet? Who was there first? It wasn't white people, it was black people. You guys need to chill.
It's such a non-issue. It's not even worth.
There isn't.
I just love to
bring facts. I'll bring facts about why it's okay.
But these are fictional. They can make them all green. Oh, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They're all it's fictional. Like it's like imagine if people like in The Simpsons. Oh, like why are there black people in The Simpsons when they're supposed to be all yellow? Like it's just like
it's a stupid
it's
argument.
So dumb. Yeah,
it's a stupid argument.
You know, it's just crazy.
But yeah, but
there was some just related to that. I'm not going to say all the Disney stuff because I don't really care too much about most of them. But there's a Mufasa
movie.
Yeah. There's a Mufasa movie coming out.
Like live action lion movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was some Pixar announced. Inside Out 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Then there's a TV show coming out called Iwaju, which is based off it's a studio in Nigeria basically partnering with Disney.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a futuristic series based about.
Oh, it's a series.
Based in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What else is quite interesting?
Area boys can't get them then. It's in house. They're not traveling.
Yeah, I think those are the only things worth mentioning. Really, nothing else is. There's a film called Elemental coming out. There's a character that's made of water and a character made of fire, but that's been announced a long time ago. But yeah,
well, like a Disney
like a
animation.
Pixar, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
there's quite a lot of stuff on there. Actually, I should watch the whole thing one day. But yeah, like a lot of the Disney stuff. I mean, I say that, but then like Inside Out 2, I'm gonna watch that. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I like the first.
I like the Pixar stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, but I haven't watched like a new Pixar movie in a while.
The last one I saw was
Turning Red for me.
Turning Red was the last one I saw.
What's the one with the I think it's like a Mexican base with the grandmother.
Coco.
No, that one. Sorry,
that's like the best one.
I know you're talking about
the Magic House.
That one.
Yeah, Encanto.
Encanto was fun, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
the best.
I don't really like it when there's not like an adversary. I like there to be an adversary.
Yeah.
Oh, there wasn't one in.
Yeah, I prefer it when there. Personally, I prefer when there is. They don't always have to be, but like. One of the best ones that I think I've seen is like, for example, what's some of the animals again?
Zootopia.
Zootopia was really.
That one was
so
like
good.
It's so good.
I don't know why it didn't get as much love as the others, but Zootopia is one of my favorites.
Because people feel like it's woke, maybe.
Well, maybe yeah, but it was so.
It's basically Beastars before it was.
Yeah, it's basically Beastars for kids. Yeah. Even if the kids probably watching, like, I don't get what they're talking about. It's quite like very mature themes in it.
Yeah,
very
it's one of my favorite like Pixar movies.
Yes, totally. Like that, and then Incredibles for me. But like, yeah, and then the others kind of like they're fun. Like Encanto, it's fun, but it's like you watch it and you're kind of like, well, I haven't really like they haven't like what's the word jumped over any fences or like really pushed the boundaries. It's just like a nice movie where things just sort of work out and you're like, and the songs are funny, but like. but they never get anything out of it. So I haven't watched Lightyear yet, though.
Lightyear, I watched Lightyear. I watched it last week.
How was it?
It's good, man.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's got a review bombed in because a lot of people are
I
like,
really enjoyed it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I really
I heard
enjoyed it.
mixed reviews. People
Yeah,
are like,
same.
So you didn't like the fact that like there's a gay character in it.
Oh yeah. Why is it always about this? It's like it's so unimportant.
It doesn't make the film bad.
They just completely just kind of go like, oh, this isn't relevant to me because gay people don't exist in my life. It's like it's just.
It's like when that Star Wars, even though it was kind of weird, like the ending of Star Wars when they had like this scene of a lesbian couple hugging each other.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, why? It was random, I can't lie. It was random. But it doesn't.
I think it's only random to
spoil
us
the whole
because we don't.
movie,
Yeah,
you
we
know?
don't. When we see it, we don't see it that often.
Yeah.
Right. But when you're watching like shows, and every show has like an LGBT in it, you're always like, because I get it. Like you see it, you're a bit like, oh, okay. But you move on and you're like, it's fine, whatever. It's not a big deal. When you make that just completely ruin your experience of the movie, you need to check yourself. You're being weird.
It's not that deep, man.
It's really not that deep.
It's like what's the percentage? It's like they have a range of they say one LGBT. Oh man, here they are. But like it's so random.
Yeah, it's not like every single character.
Exactly.
Is like,
you have to really pinpoint the exact percentage of people in this world that like, come on, bro.
It's it's really just enjoy the movie and just be quiet.
It's either bad or it's good.
Because those LGBT people have to enjoy your movies, but they have no representation. The movies they have zero representation.
Do you know about movies we've watched that had zero? Like, we didn't
Zero black people.
We didn't like, you know what? There was no black person on there.
Like when you watch Shutter Island, I don't know if there are any black people on Shutter Island. It's a good movie though.
Even in Dumbo, we had to enjoy that racism, man. Did we?
I'm not like, oh, Dumbo is shit because no.
Yeah, hey, I love Dumbo, even though it's racist as fuck.
But like, as a child, I laughed that shit up. When they were there like hammering the...
I see you there for fun.
It's like some 10-year-old boy like...
Them three Negro birds, like, even one was called Jim Crow, fam.
Oh my God, it's so bad. But do you see us bumming Dumbo? No. Anyway.
We love Jumbo Jr., man. I love Dumbo. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
D23.
Disney.
D23. For those who don't know, it stands for Disney 23, I suppose. The 23rd. Or is it is this for 2023? Or is it like there?
It's always called D23.
Is it always called D23?
Isn't it?
We should find out.
It's always called D23.
Those like unlikes, like they can't unlike us.
Maybe it's like
they can't downvote us. It's fine.
Maybe it's like a thing of like Studio 23 or something like that. I don't really know what the name comes from, but I think it's always called D23.
Yeah, you're right. It's D23 Expo. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where they show all the properties. So.
Well, and now you know. You heard it here on Load Time Pod. You wouldn't have heard it anywhere else because no one else has Google. So they showed a bunch of really cool.
Oh, 1923.
Was it
the year in which Walt Disney was founded? Disney was founded.
I see you, Disney. I see you.
Yeah,
Rub it in our faces. All right, cool. So they just got a couple of cool announcements. So, like I said, the stuff you mentioned with the Disney shows, like the Mufasa stuff, a lot of Marvel stuff, which personally I'm hyped about, to be honest.
People were like, I think some people were quite bummed because they were expecting major announcements.
Like X-Men.
Like X-Men or Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
There was a Fantastic Four announcement, but they didn't give any casting.
Yeah. They just said, this guy's directing it.
So it's a post-credits thing. That's what they're going to do with X-Men. We just don't know which.
It's going to be. Because we were talking earlier about how, like in Miss Marvel, if you guys haven't watched Miss Marvel, this is going to be a spoiler for you, so you might want to just check yourself. You can probably fast forward like 20 seconds or whatever, where they played the X-Men tune at the end, and it was like, oh, you've done it. You officially like said this is a thing, and the same Easter egg there was in She-Hulk with the claws.
Yeah.
So
Doctor Strange as well, Professor X being, even though it's a different...
Even though, but still, you know, this is a lot more like solidified as like a concept for the entire, I don't want to call it a series or whatever of things they're doing. We just now just wait for them to basically say like, okay, in this day...
Actual boom.
Yeah, but I reckon you're right. It'll be like a post-credits thing and then they'll announce it. Yeah, I think. Because that's how they've been doing it for most of them. Like for Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, we knew Captain Marvel was coming out.
But they announced it at D23 once. They brought up Brie Larson and said, oh, she's Captain Marvel.
Right. So we knew that was coming out before the credit of the Endgame.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they probably, maybe they won't then. I don't know.
I think.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I can't remember. So
Is that
far
how,
back
which
now.
one does it happen? I can't remember.
Because the end of Endgame,
He brings
sorry,
out,
end
they
of
show the logo.
end of Infinity War.
Yeah.
When Nick Fury dissolves, the thing falls on the ground, and they show the symbol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that the first time that?
I don't know. I'm not sure if they announced it.
So that's the first time I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm like, oh, Miss Marvel's next. Captain Marvel's next. Cool.
That's a good point. Actually.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're gonna go. Obviously, it won't be as blatant as having some X. Some you already know. Maybe we'll just be some house and there's two people chatting, and then they go to this university. This is X on the building. We'll be like, what?
No more mutants.
Like we don't know. But yeah, you're right. They didn't do any big ones because I was actually expecting something like an X-Men announcement or a Fantastic Four announcement or even a Hulk-related thing because of what's happening in She-Hulk. Do you think they'll go as far forward as they'll announce it during like the post-credits of Avengers, Kang Dynasty or something like that?
I think it's going to be possibly, it might be Black Panther, maybe.
True.
Because Black Panther is still coming out.
Because Namor is a mutant.
Yeah.
Will they use the word?
Maybe. They might just drop it in. They
must have the rights to
do it. But they've already
now.
done it in Miss Marvel.
Mutation,
yeah. But it was very on the nose.
Yeah.
So they might do it in Supreme.
I mean, it'd be very difficult to have that character. Just don't call him something else. Please don't call him something else. Just call him what he is. Yeah. Don't be like, because then what they do, he's enhanced with Wanda and even though they're not officially been called mutants. Yeah. And there's been retcons occasionally in places where they say, they're not mutants or whatever. But like...
It's been re-retconned now.
It's been re-retconned again. Right, okay, fine. Because they were calling them enhanced. Let's just not call them more like enhanced. Let's just call him a mutant in the show and then we can just get on with our lives. Because we're always waiting there. Like, much as I love watching Marvel stuff, I'm just waiting for them to just be like, okay, mutants are coming. So we can see how they ruin it.
Yeah. Well... They've already announced it kind of within their timeline, so the whole they're coming from alternate timeline feels a bit it's kind of out.
Yeah, that's not how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it can't happen that way because they've announced Wolverine like indirectly.
Yeah,
in She-Hulk. You know, guy with claws in the bar.
Right, sorry,
Wolverine.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know.
Yeah, but that was done. We saw quite a lot of trailers were obviously on the show. People that actually were there. But for people like us, we weren't there yet. One day maybe.
Peasants.
One day we'll be there, just like announcing it to you guys on the screen. Now look at those haters like. Look at you YouTube commenters. Anyway, so there are a lot of trailers that were actually in the show that we didn't see, but that we saw. A lot of people talking about the stuff that happened. So there was the Marvels trailers were shown. A new Black Panther 2 trailer was shown. Was there a Thunderbolts trailer? No, there wasn't a Thunderbolts trailer.
There wasn't a Thunderbolts trailer, but they showed the roster.
They showed the roster.
Which is quite interesting.
They showed...
No Zemo.
They showed another trailer. There that we didn't see on it. Because when we saw, we've obviously seen...
Quantumania.
Ant-Man. And then we got to see, if you YouTube it, you'll find it. Wolf, what's it called again?
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night, which is trippy, to say the least. We have a reaction video for you guys to react.
Feast.
Stop reacting. You want to watch the trailer? The trailer is literally like a tiny thumbnail on the screen, and you complain that we reacted. The internet is so
it's
full of idiots,
man. So full of haters.
You guys look like you're doing something with your lives. Let's just dump on it.
It's funny though. It's
funny. It just makes me laugh.
It's always Tegger as well. It's always Tegger. It's always Tegger. They're like, that guy, he needs to just stop talking and watch the trailer. All the time. It's always Tegger. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, we'll
so what? They just want us to be silent and just watch the little thing.
Apparently.
But you understand, lads. We've come to watch the trailer. These guys talking over the trailer. What's wrong with us?
They don't want niggas talking. That's it.
But why are they watching it though? Like, just watch the full thing. You can go on like Marvel, the official Marvel website, YouTube channel. Watch it.
We have to stop in a disclaimer. Like, this is not the optimum way to watch. Because I've watched some other people's channels, and they literally say, if you come here to watch a trailer, this is the worst way to watch it. Please go and watch it elsewhere. Like, you have to put. It's like when you this coffee is hot on the cup as you give it to people. That's literally how bad it is now.
No, otherwise you get sued, like McDonald's did, because a woman drops hot coffee on her.
I remember that was actually
and it sealed her vagina shut.
And her what?
It sealed her vagina shut.
Like what? Like forever? Like
No, she. I think
Oh my!
for some. I mean,
forever.
I don't know.
What? Is she looking at naked? Like what the? How? Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna Google that. That is weird.
I mean, they can do whatever they want. They can tell us that we're not supposed to talk. We'll still talk and I'll still laugh. I find it funny. I love it. So
true.
by all
It's weird.
means,
So if we go around, let's have a bit of a chat about like what we thought of like Wolf of the Night or Night of the Wolf.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. Jesus, that name. I'm never gonna get used to it.
It's the most obscure Marvel character ever.
It's probably even
I haven't even heard of him before now.
until today.
Yeah, I'd never heard of him until like very recently as well. But it looks cool. It looks visually very. I like it when like they do something different to the like the tone of things, and the fact that it looks like black and white, and so it looks like Sin City, like Sin City vibes. You see what I mean? But it's supposed to obviously be like similar to like Psycho and those old school horror stuff. So it actually looks really fun. Yeah, it looks really fun.
Yeah, it seems like a throwaway. I don't think it's anything really in terms of like the whole phase. The phase is just going to be very significant. But give it a try. And see.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't really know what to expect. Like I saw it and my face was just like, what? What is like? Is this a Marvel thing? I was like, oh, it is a Marvel thing. Okay. Okay. Like, I mean, it's themed correctly, Halloween. I mean, I do also agree with you and like the way that they're sort of saying we have this massive IP, let's just throw it in different ways and make different kinds of movies out of it, make little different kinds of series out of it, rather than just sticking to like just that one playbook. Like it's good, and they should definitely continue doing it. And I like that it's becoming so big that it can literally just be like, let's do this using this IP. Let's use this using this IP.
Yeah, it's crazy how much the Marvel has so much. They can do anything they want, you know.
Anything.
Even if they no longer want to do like these massive, you know, grand Infinity War or Secret Wars or whatever, they can just kind of go more.
They could.
They can go
I really hope they keep doing it though. But
yeah, because there's gonna, you know, I have to admit, there's gonna be a time where there's nothing else. There's no other major thing that they can do. Like after Secret Wars.
I mean,
that's kind of it.
I mean, they could keep going. I feel like it will take a very long time for them to actually reach an end because, I mean, considering they start going into like, you know, smaller characters and stuff. I mean, you're right. It gets to a point where basically we'll stop caring, and then they might start leaning back on it because it's a conveyor belt of money to them, in my opinion. Like they can just be like, okay, we've done that. What else can we do? Because people are going to pay for it, and unfortunately, they are spending less money. On the productions, which is a bummer, but like we're still lapping it up like we lap up Nintendo consoles. So
but it's weird, but it's different with Nintendo. It's like they can make new IPs. Like it's not just Mario. Obviously, those are the big hitters, but you can always make a new IP and say, okay, this is like the next like Kratos. So like when they create like God of War was what? How long is it? 2004 maybe it first came out.
Yeah.
Now they've made a whole section of God of War so that they can keep going and go to different like you know, different you know, mythologies and whatever. But with Marvel, it's 50 plus years of content based on Iron Man and the Avengers and all that, and they're not making any new major characters anymore. Yeah. So once you're done with this whole the main Avengers thing, that's why we're kind of having an issue now with the new Avengers, where no one really cares about them because they're small time. But with other, like of Nintendo and PlayStation, they've got, you know, 30 years worth of mascots, so they can continue making new ones. Last of Us came out 10 years ago, where everyone said, oh my God, Last of Us now. So it's not really the same.
It is true. It probably follows the same suit of like how when technology sort of advances and they end up rebooting things. They'll probably end up rebooting, I think.
Probably, yeah. Eventually they'll probably
do it. After a while, they'll reboot. And so this is now a new imagining of like whatever. And they'll start from somewhere else. Rather than saying, let's start from Iron Man and move forward. They might go like, okay, let's start from Cyclops and move forward. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's unlikely they'll do it in this time. But you know what I mean? They can always regurgitate stuff and be like, oh, this is going to be a different spin. We're going to do a whole thing about what's life like being in a school full of mutants. You know, like for like one student. You know, like, so it would be, obviously might not be for us. I'll still bloody watch it. But but like a slice of life style thing, there isn't really so much about the action and going out and doing stuff, but just like life as a mutant.
Yeah.
You know? So I think they can do many different things, but they will have to basically just sort of really like chop it up and regurgitate and reboot and they can make it last so long as people are interested.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Yeah. So Wolf of Night, cool. I said the name wrong again. By Night. Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf at Night.
Werewolf by Night.
Okay, the big hitter is Werewolf by Night. Or is that it wrong again?
Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. Cool. So, anyway, so the big hitter. Secret Wars invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Wow.
Secret Invasion. Apparently I'm a fan. Secret Invasion. Right. I saw that trailer with you guys. Again, we have a reaction video of you guys to rec later. And what are the thoughts? Go.
Looks great. Like it. Lots of questions.
So many questions.
And so many scrolls. I think everyone is a scroll. I might be a scroll. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, like, everyone's a scroll apparently.
Scrolls are evil again.
Yeah. That's the thing.
They misunderstood.
Well, that's the bit that's confusing me.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good because like Captain Marvel, like, for what it is, like, when they introduce the scrolls, it's like, oh, okay, they're just misunderstood. They're not bad. They're just displaced. But like, I was like, I'm not very satisfied with that.
No,
I want to see them. I want to see super scrolls. I want to see scrolls that just don't care about anyone. I just want to take over everything. How would they do Secret Invasion if that's the case? So yeah, it's nice. It looks good, man. It looks good. I have questions, man. Like Nick Fury, like, has he always been in space?
I don't know.
That's a wild one, though.
That
would be one hell of a retcon.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very. I mean,
how do you even begin to?
You could. It feels like a cop out a little bit if they go, oh, that Nick we've been seeing for ages. Oh, that's a scroll.
Yeah. So as from the time when he first met Steve Rogers was saying that he was a scroll.
It depends how far they go. They may go like, oh, at this point, because obviously you see him as a young man with Captain Marvel and stuff, so maybe not that far, but then depends how far they want to take it, right? Like, how many, because in the comics, it was like, got to a point where you basically like, I think someone dies and turns into a scroll.
Is it Elektra?
Was it Elektra? Elektra dies.
Maybe it was Elektra.
Elektra's in Daredevil Elektra.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. Somebody dies and then their body's a scroll. And that's when everybody's like, wait, the fuck? Yeah, and then it starts to just like go mad. So it depends on how, because from the trailer, it looks quite entertaining. Like it feels a little bit like Winter Soldier style vibes. Yeah. Where it's all like, ooh, what's this like conspiracy going on?
Yeah.
But anyway, what are your thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I liked it. It's just, as you said, there's a lot of questions. You got obviously War Machine as well. Is he like a major politician or something? Talking of Mick and everything. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
One part of it I'm kind of like also curious about is because it doesn't look like an action movie, but it looks like a low key action movie. Like no one's going to be doing huge kung fu and all that stuff.
A lot of things go boom.
Yeah. It's like the bit where there's a president going and then the helicopter comes and shoots the missiles and stuff. And I was like, because this is like the big conspiracy stuff where where Nick Fury was like driving. He's like, I want to get into this file, and he can't get into the file, so he goes on a drive, and then he gets attacked by these police officers, and it's like, oh, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? And I like that in those kind of movies because I want to be kept guessing. I don't want to just see the character and be like, well, that's the villain, isn't it? Even though we knew there's the white guy. So I was just like, it's the old white guy. Of course, it's the old white guy. And who else is it going to be? That sounds harsh. But in these movies, it's always the old white guy. Follow the money. Who's getting the money?
It's not what makes these guys upset. There's always the old white guy. That's the villain.
What was it in the thing? What movie was that where they said there's only one white guy in this movie? He's the bad guy? Yeah. There's only one white guy in this movie and he's the bad guy.
I mean, based on the percentages, it's a majority white.
I'm sorry. But your main character was Batman. What do you want?
But at the same time, I'm going to be upset that they said, why is it always a black person within here? Is just, the chances of that happening.
The black person that's what, sorry?
When they say, why is, due to percentages, why is there always an LGBT person within these films? But then, in the same way, then shouldn't the majority of them be white then? Why the bad guys be white?
To be honest. It's just
I mean, you can't complain, right?
Like your butt hurts.
So what, all the villains should be like young ass white people?
Should all just be white people. every single one of the
Young
characters.
black lesbians are
just be white. Yeah, they should also all be white. But yeah, every of them. They have to all be like, this dinosaur is offending me because this dinosaur is not representing me as a white person. Doesn't make sense.
So fickle,
but yeah, it looks
like
really
it was white
fun.
in it.
But like, what do you want?
Woody and Buzz are white.
What else do you want? Like, anyway.
There's an old white country sheriff or something, you know? Oh god,
You know who's black? Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah,
and he's the realest out of them all, bro.
See, yeah, that's what we have to deal with. So yeah, the movie, the bit in that trailer that really sort of made me go like, oh, was where the guy grabs the dude and all people around him just turns to him. They turn into that
guy, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm in for. This is what I come to see. And I'm thinking about, as I watched the trailer, I was like, ooh, should this have been a movie? But at the same time, I'm like, probably wouldn't be as good as a movie.
Give it time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many episodes it's going to be because aren't they stopping that 6 or 8 episode format with
yeah, most
Marvel?
of them have like 6 to 8 episodes.
Yeah, they might extend it, who knows.
Yeah,
I would prefer if it was much longer because something like that you need time to unpack it. And the issue we've had with all the series so far,
the ends were
is that it's always rushed at the end, and you're like, the payoff has been rubbish.
Yeah. Like the worst one so far for me was Moon Knight. Where it starts off really strong, and then just sort of goes, we spent all our money on this big crocodile, so I guess we've got to end the show now, and it just ends abruptly in the most like half-hearted way. So you're just like, okay.
I mean, it's Dragon Ball Super vibes. You remember that? Remember the fight between Beerus and Goku? I've never seen such. I can't believe they put that out. You remember that really bad? Like how did
from
people?
The series?
Yeah, you know. No, I'm not talking about
not the film. Not the film. Not what's Battle of Gods.
Yeah, not that. When they did the remake of it in Super, and you just see this really bad animation.
But why
did they just put it out? Why? You looked at it. You looked at this and like, yeah.
You looked at it and you were like,
it's good.
This Sonic Frontiers is good.
Hey, people say Sonic Frontiers is good, you know.
People saying it's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But apart I'm just like,
I don't know.
I'll give it a try, man.
Give it a try and let us know. Because I ain't gonna give it a try. People are talking about it. Said they played the demo. I watched the video.
They were pleasantly
surprised. They were like, part of them said, it doesn't look like a map like Sonic should be there, but it's a decent playing game. And I'm like, interesting. This is interesting.
I'll wait till IGN and GameSpot bring the reviews out because they tend to be a bit.
Does IGN actually give good reviews anymore?
Who does?
I feel like IGN.
I haven't looked at IGN reviews for a long time.
Because I feel IGN reviews are. Well, they probably are.
I like Skill Up though. Well, that's a YouTube channel though. Skill Up.
Yeah, I just feel like I trust them more because they're not being paid out to.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I mean, but
they can be.
They probably are.
They can be. They can be sponsored by HelloFresh.
Unless you play it yourself, you won't really. But then I don't want to waste money on a bad game. I don't like playing bad games.
You gotta bite the bullet.
Except for guilty pleasures like Driver 3, for example, is a shit game in it. but I had fun with it. Kingdom Hearts 3 is a rubbish game. I didn't have fun until the end. It was rubbish, but Driver 3 was. It was like actually objectively bad, but I still had fun with it.
Yeah. There's some games that we'll just basically keep paying money for, or titles or whatever that we'll keep. Like you keep buying Nintendo consoles. I mean, they're not even bad by any means, but like they're not fit for purpose for some of us. Have you seen which on that anyway? Which on that console is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'll keep buying World of Warcraft expansions,
but they're mostly good.
No. Okay. No. Some of them are good, but some of them are not good. To the point, but I will keep because they'll release a new trailer and I'll be like, maybe this time he won't cheat on me. You know. I
don't think there's anything I'll keep watching. I think it's bad.
That's how we feel about Marvel.
To be fair,
Marvel.
I'll keep watching Marvel stuff, but I think we don't know that it's going to be bad. We just like, it's not like we're watching Marvel thinking, I really hope this won't be bad like the last one. We're just like watching and be like, yeah, bring it, let's see what happens.
When you think about it, Marvel is very, very hit and miss. I don't think the majority of the stuff. Is the majority of the stuff great? I don't know.
If you count phase 1 to 4, yes. I think majority of the phase 1 to 4 movies are good. The majority.
I don't know,
I think there are.
Can we name 5 great Marvel movies
from phase 1 to 4?
Don't include Infinity War Endgame.
You can't say that. You can't say that. That is not a fair argument.
Because that's my point. That's my point. It's apart from Infinity War Endgame.
But I don't think it's fair to even use it. You probably still do it. Yeah, but you can't say it's like me saying to you, I'm gonna feed you a 3-course meal, but I ain't gonna give you the dessert.
No. So I'm just saying that a lot of our love for Marvel stems from those two.
I can agree. But I can agree.
Before Infinity War and Endgame, there was films that I thought were great films.
Yes. Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was one
Iron
of them.
Man.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, I like it.
You didn't like Iron Man?
No, it's okay.
It started anyway.
It was okay.
Okay, so Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Okay. The
first
one. Okay.
Yeah, the first one's. Well, I think the first one was great. Personally.
Yeah, no, I like it as well. Yeah,
first one. So that's what we got. We're 3 or 4 now.
4.
We're 4 now. And Doctor Strange. It's fine.
And I'll throw Black Panther in there.
We didn't like Black Panther.
At least I didn't like it. I think it's overrated, but I still think it's okay. It's one of the better films.
Okay, we've got 5. Okay.
Yeah,
Even go.
Boom.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
There you go, 6. See, it's not there.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. I think the majority are more good movies.
I know the one shows are crap.
Yeah.
Thor 2, Iron Man 1 and 2.
1 and 2, crap.
Iron Man, you said.
Iron Man 1 and 2.
Iron Man 2.
That's big.
A lot of people liked Ant-Man 1, but to me, I just found it. The only reason why a lot of people like Ant-Man 1 for one reason, and it's because of that actor. What's his name? The main guy. Paul Rudd. People love Paul Rudd. Yeah, but every time I tell people like Ant-Man 1 sucks, they're like, oh yeah, well, Paul Rudd's great.
Well, it's like saying, Dark Knight was, if you take out Heath Ledger, the whole film was just kind of dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
It's a good film, but he made it great.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd didn't make that movie great. People just like Paul Rudd.
But he was good in it though.
Yeah, he was good in it, but the movie isn't good. The movie itself isn't good.
I think it's nice.
The thing is, like, a lot of people like Ant-Man 1. I personally don't like that. Okay. Lizzie likes Ant-Man 1.
Okay. So
and
what else?
Deborah hates it.
Really?
She hates it. She just it makes me itch. I just don't like the ants.
Yeah. But at the same time, people really love Black Panther. But then those people that watch Black, they probably didn't even watch any of the other Marvel movies.
Yeah,
that's why I'm pissed off with them.
It was actually.
And the audacity, they go and watch Endgame and go, I don't get it. Shut up. I don't get it.
Okay, let's get back to the really bad ones, right? Yeah.
Thor 2.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Ant-Man 2. And Ant-Man 2 definitely.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
No. I've watched Ant-Man 1, but not 2.
Have you done what?
I've just watched. I know what happens, but I haven't watched it.
Okay, that's how bad it is. You don't feel like
I just didn't have a chance.
The only relevant thing that happens with Ant-Man 2
is the post. Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
even though they are introducing one of the characters,
and that weird little cockroach at the end that plays the guitar.
What? Why is that relevant?
And it's not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's how random it was. Why
it wasn't relevant at all. Yeah. So
okay, so we got that.
Ant-Man 2, Thor 2, Iron Man 2. What else?
Was the one with Mickey Rourke in it, isn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't good. Yeah. What else? Help me. Captain Marvel wasn't great, to be honest. It wasn't the worst.
God, that was bored though. Fuck.
But it wasn't great.
It wasn't Wonder Woman 1985 bad, but it was.
No, but it wasn't. Yeah, I put that in there because I didn't really particularly enjoy it.
I might say Captain America. The first one.
First Avenger.
It was very close. It was just it passed, but it was just
boring.
It was just a bit like
it made me feel like Dragon Ball Superhero. It was passable.
It was like introduction.
I wouldn't call it Eternals. I wouldn't call it like, oh my god.
Yeah, you really didn't like Eternals. To be honest, like, fine. I'd be very happy to put Eternals in there. I liked it, but I understand people who don't like it.
We got 4 here.
Well, phase 1 to 4. So let's not even add the new stuff. Okay,
alright, take out 3.
What else is there? Well, I feel like I should have Disney Plus and just like start scrolling.
Yeah, that's good. Hulk.
Oh yeah,
Hulk is phase 1.
Hulk is phase 1.
Hulk is phase 1.
That's a terrible movie. I didn't know Hulk was even part of the thing.
Yeah, the second Hulk, not the first one.
The second Hulk is
MCU. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Actually, I liked 2.
I liked more than 1.
Yeah.
No, not more than 1.
I was enjoying 1 until
I enjoyed 1.
I hated the end of 1.
I hated the
dance off.
I
hated the dance off at the end. I just don't. I thought it was. I know people liked it, but I freaking hated it personally. So I preferred 2.
Pinocchio's out now.
Yeah, I preferred 2 because of that. What else was there in this thing?
Okay, so like 4 or 5 bad movies,
yeah,
right?
They're
I think most of them, because they have a formula that they know.
It's
not 50-50, bro. It's not 50-50.
So phase 1 is just
so phase 1. Okay,
there's not that many in phase 1.
We didn't put this one in bad. Passable. Okay.
I mean, I
understand this Iron Man 3 now.
Yeah. See, watching it the second time, you're like, okay, I get it
better now. I didn't hate it the first time, but I got why people didn't like. Did you not like Iron Man 3?
It's alright.
Yeah, so it doesn't fit as bad.
What about Thor? Oh yeah, we said Thor.
Thor was trash. Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't bad. I just hated the end.
Yeah, I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked
Ultron. Ultron. I didn't like Ant-Man.
I liked Ant-Man.
But you like Ant-Man, so. So that's
we
fine.
can't put it in there.
Okay, Civil War. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I quite liked it, even though there were things that
were
like,
civil disagreements. That's what people call it. Civil disagreements.
Doctor Strange 1, I liked. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I liked
that one.
Spider-Man: Homecoming,
really liked that
one. Yeah,
I
liked a lot. Yeah.
Black Panther, it was fine. In my head, Avengers: Infinity War,
the best.
Most of them are good.
Most of them are good.
When it gets to phase 3,
when it gets to phase 4,
it starts going downhill.
Black Widow, you can sort of man.
It just kind of starts going downhill.
Yeah. So sorry, from phase 1 to 3, I meant to say.
phase 4 is the.
When the hell's Endgame? Oh wait, Captain Marvel. There we go. Captain Marvel. Fine. I guess.
You can arguably say phase 4 is arguably the weakest phase.
Yeah, I think it's the weakest one.
Yeah, phase 4.
Phase 4 is definitely the weakest phase.
Even though phase 4 we had Shang-Chi, we had Spider-Man, No Way.
Which was good.
Yeah,
actually, Shang-Chi. Yeah, you're right. Shang-Chi was great. Spider-Man: No Way Home was great. Black Widow was kind of like.
Black Widow was Eternals was Jesus. Wow. And Love and Thunder wasn't great.
Doctor Strange 2.
I really enjoyed Doctor Strange too.
Okay, no, that was.
It's a bit more 50-50.
I think the series makes it weaker. Not really the
like
films
skipping
themselves,
the series at the moment.
But the series makes them a bit weak.
I'd say phase 4 is weaker compared to the others, but there are definitely more good movies in there than bad movies from one to.
Let's move back to.
Sorry, we jumped out.
We jumped
out. So what else happened in D23?
Black Panther. They showed some more details of Black Panther.
We haven't seen some more context. So they showed like Black Panther trailers and extra stuff to have more context.
Something about that is saying it's similar to there's a plot called Doom War, where Dr. Doom is trying to take the vibranium, and it's literally both him and T'Challa basically going head to head. Yeah. And
is that the one where he basically just destroys all of vibranium?
Yeah, at the end he just takes the vibranium and makes them inert. He just makes them just rocks, so they lose all their value and all their quality.
So petty.
You know, because what the guy we were watching mentioning the thing about how the UN or the American country trying to basically steal the vibranium from the Wakandans or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It might go in that direction, but it'll be interesting because there's no Doom there though, so it's kind of like.
Oh, is he?
But then you know that when they do these shows, he won't be. When they do these shows, unless he's like part of the
the nations.
But it's unlikely. I don't. Well, we don't know.
It would be cool if we don't know.
Yeah, we need to bring that guy in somehow. Let's bring him in somehow, but we don't know.
What else? There was Armor Wars.
Oh yeah, Armor Wars.
A bit more about Armor Wars.
For Ironheart.
It's War Machine.
Oh, okay.
Where basically where people have stolen.
Not Ironheart, actually, just War Machine.
It's War Machine. I don't think Ironheart might be in it. Is she in it? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But the plot is about like different nations taking
Tony's stuff,
Tony's technology, basically for the armor. And then there was what else was there? Fantastic Four director announced.
Yeah.
The Thunderbolts, like you said before, which has Bucky as the leader with Yelena, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, Ghost, US Agent, and Valentina.
I think that's just the woman who's picked.
That's the woman that's okay. Cool.
I think.
I think that's most, if not all, of the Marvel stuff.
No Zemo.
Zemo.
Interestingly.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
Unless they're just not saying it. You know, but I don't think Bucky would. If maybe in the movie Bucky, is that a movie or series?
It's a movie.
So if movie Bucky leaves and Zemo comes in,
maybe
because Zemo won't work. Bucky won't work with Zemo.
Bucky's a scroll.
Bucky's a scroll.
Everyone is a scroll.
Oh, we trust no one.
Loki season 2, of course.
Loki season 2, yeah.
And Ironheart, the villain, being someone called the Hood. Never heard of him.
Is Ironheart a movie or series?
Series.
Okay. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff you can announce, and we're going to wait and see what happens. But that was D23 for you.
Yeah, that's D20.
Shall we divert to the next thing?
Updates about, we can talk about She-Hulk, we can talk, Bleach, but I didn't play you guys the trailer.
I watched the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. I mean,
just Bleach.
Are you looking forward to it?
I was watching.
It's really me, and the animation looks great.
The animation looks really good.
The story's gonna suck.
The story's not.
Unless they change it. Maybe they'll change it.
They won't.
You don't think they'll change it?
No.
When they put fillers in there.
And then apparently it's gonna be split into 4.
So into 4
parts or something.
More OVAs or
don't know.
Or 4.
They said it's gonna be a 4-part. I don't know if it's gonna be a 4-part series, but that just feels too long, man.
There isn't enough content. Have you read the comic before where you open the page and there's just one picture with no background and 3 words?
Yeah, that's what. Maybe it was a translation.
At the point where he just got tired, he was like, "Listen, this thing just end." The art was good, but nothing was happening.
But that's how Bleach was, like 12 pages of just pictures.
Yeah, but before it was like you actually wrote, there was content, but towards the end, it was literally you'd go through you'd read One Piece, you'd read Naruto, you'd read Bleach, and it would take you like less than 30 seconds to read Bleach.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. For a while though, like up until like Aizen's bit. It just felt like he was running.
Sure?
I was running through Bleach. Like Bleach, I don't even think. I'm just like,
really?
Yeah, but One Piece, I'm like having to read everything.
I mean, to be fair, compared to One Piece, Bleach never had that much like conversation.
And then Hunter Hunter's another.
Hunter just stopped drawing.
It's just essays.
It became a graphic novel at that point. That's really stuff.
Even graphic novels have like 4 or 5 lines exercises.
You end up actually just doing this. You like turn to the next page and you turn it back again. You have to like reread the explanation of the power and then go back again and go.
What is it? Jujutsu Kaisen makes me do that as well. I'm reading back on it. That I don't understand. I have to go back and. Okay. Then I read.
Like you literally. You have to get to that point now where you have to kind of go like.
I have to reread chapters about just to understand what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Then continue. With Bleach, it wasn't like that. It was like, you just like turn page.
Yes, you had 2 suits.
Yeah, turn page.
Hado 23. That's it.
He's like, do you know Hado 23 is? No. They make up numbers as they do. Now, he did know certain Hados were always the same. But sometimes you just a new Hado and there's no explanation as to what Hado is.
I wanted to reread Bleach, but that's a slog.
I'm not going to reread. It won't be a slog. Just on the page.
No. The earlier on it was quite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at the start, there was more explanation and more story.
You get to Hugo Mundo, you're good, man.
When it got to the Quincy, that's why I'm just like, I don't care about these things. I'll watch it too. I'll watch it in the background while I do something else.
I've pretty much forgotten was really.
Have you? It doesn't not that complicated. The Quincy's come. They were hiding
No.
somewhere.
Everything.
From the beginning. Sorry. I think I meant the last bit.
Yeah, everything.
The last bit is just
because you won't understand this if you don't understand what.
There's not even any to even know the difference because the swords are based on your energy and they come from you. No. There's a blacksmith now that makes all of them.
I need black. Blacksmith.
Black blacksmith. Do you remember?
Yeah, didn't.
No. It's like I make the swords. It's like wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought
when I read that, I was like,
come from
that confused
inside
me.
people. Like
you went there when Ichigo got his sword. You didn't show up random and go. I made your sword. No, she got stabbed by Rukia, and then his sword was there and said, your sword is only big because you don't have to control your energy properly. If we all wanted big swords, mine would be a bigger skyscrapers. That's what what's his face said to him. Byakuya.
Yeah.
Said to him, like, was it Byakuya or Renji? One of them said it to him. Like, the fact that you have a big sword doesn't mean anything.
Something like that,
yeah. But the fact that when he first showed Ichigo his big sword, because his reaction was so big that his sword is big. But they were all like, just because you have a big sword doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
And then, this guy, he's the blacksmith that makes them.
But then didn't Ichigo lose his Quincy and his Shinigami? No, that's not true. He lost his Hollow and Quincy powers because
to that guy.
Yuha had a vision that he was gonna lose. Even that bit's so stupid because he had a vision that Ichigo was gonna kill him in his base form.
Yes,
and then he took his Quincy and Hollow powers and reverted him to his base form and didn't kill him.
Doesn't make any sense. The whole thing it just became vibes. After a while, it was just vibes. And then, I used to really love Bankais, and they ruined Bankais for me.
Yeah.
They ruined Bankais. And when the Quincy's came, they ruined Bankais for me. Probably what's his face is Bankai. The guy that he has a scar, and he... Kenpachi.
Oh, yeah.
So they went that... I read that. We said, so the old Kenpachi, before Kenpachi, was actually that girl that was a healer.
Yeah.
She used to be the old Kenpachi. And I was like, sorry, what? What are you talking about? That is the most nonsense thing. What on earth? Oh, no. And then he does his Bankai, and it's just like, him goes, it's just a big axe or something. And I was like,
his whole entire...
He didn't even have a Shikai.
His whole entire... Shikai.
What was his Shikai?
The Shikai was the axe.
No.
Yeah, his Shikai was the axe.
Was his Bankai when he went red then?
Yeah, his Bankai was
right. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, they should have never given him.
The thing is, I don't mind them even giving him Bankai. Just make it make sense.
Well, he shouldn't have had the Bankai because he never had the Shikai. How did he get
Shikai? He said he got a Shikai.
I know, but he shouldn't have. What's your Shikai? Remember when he first meets each girl? What's your Shikai? What's your name? I don't know.
Yeah. And you're like, this guy's a Bankai.
Yeah. And
he doesn't even know.
He's whooping people without.
He doesn't even know.
And
he just ruined it.
Another guy that they just kind of killed, they made kind of insignificant was Toshiro anyway. Because they made, that young boy, like looking guy.
Yeah, they just
because he was like, he's a prodigy, but he lost every single major fight he was in.
Well, the ice guy.
Yeah.
No, he was always a draw. He'd lose, but he'd also win.
Wait, which one's Toshiro?
Toshiro, Ice.
No, there's the Ice Dragon in his back.
Yeah.
The one that he does Bankai is the Ice Dragon.
He was always losing, bro.
But he lost, but most of the time he'd lose.
Prodigy.
But he beats the person in the process. But you're right. He's a prodigy, but he's always losing. Like, what's that? Yeah, you're right. And then they just made him, like, become an adult for some reason.
Did they?
Yeah. He became an adult, like, at some power boost or something.
I mean, it shows how far
this is why when I just watch the trailers, I'm just like, I don't care. It's like, imagine there's like a Black Clover, right? You don't read Black Clover, but I read Black Clover. And let me tell you, I don't care how good the animation is. I'm not sitting through. I see it on YouTube sometimes. Even the animation on YouTube, it's good, but I've seen better. And I'm like, I'm not sitting through. I tried to watch that show and I was like, I can't
do it.
Just them screaming all the time. Well, him screaming all the time. It's worse than Dragon Ball Z. It's worse because it's just this annoying high-pitched scream all the time. He talks and he's just screaming.
Do you see the picture that I said?
I haven't read it yet, but I'm actually basically they're in Wano now.
They say, they're in Wano, but it's just like, be original. It's like, it's a manga, bro. It's based... manga is Japanese. What are you talking about?
You get pissed
off. That's the quote. I don't care what you guys say. People that Black Clover fans are bottom tier because of reactions like that. How can you be like, the artist should be original, but he's
Japanese.
Oh my god! I can't do it.
That is quite.
I can't do it. I'm normally not defensive of Black Clover, but that's one time I'll be defensive of Black Clover.
It's probably because it's tied so close to what just happened in One Piece. But you're right. He's Japanese and it's his culture. He can do what the frick he wants. If he wants to make him go to Japan, he's on to Japan. But like, to be honest, like everything, Tiger says this as well about Black Clover. Like the ideas are quite interesting because the art's also very, very good. The execution is terrible.
Yeah.
It's it's just as bad as Bleach became, to be honest, where things happen and you don't really understand why or how. Like, this person is so omnipotent and so powerful. But he lost.
Because of vibes. Not because of any good explanation.
Because that if anyone in JJK that lost, they'll give you a breakdown of exactly why he lost.
Yeah, but it's a bit silly. It gets to a point where it's just like, okay.
Like,
when they have to kind of explain how... It's not...
Yeah, I'd rather they give me an explanation, even if it's like, even if I disagree with it, then just say,
It just feels like anyone can...
It's vibes. Yeah. In Black Clover and sometimes in Bleach, it was vibes. But towards the end, it became vibes.
Yeah.
You know, like the way they beat the last guy.
Yeah, it was
this arrow.
It was the arrow that they gave Ishida, and he just kind of Ishida was the only person that could do it because he had this specific.
This man was so powerful, like he can rewrite history while fighting you. You landed on that, like when Ichigo was landed on the wall, and he said, "Oh no, you landed on a blade." Actually, he just changed history. He just changes.
Yeah, but you've got to always find a way for a villain to lose.
That's what I'm saying. But at least make it make sense.
How can you make an omnipotent being?
Why are you making an omnipotent being the villain?
They did with Merwin.
The Merwin one's actually like, you guys said that one's not that bad.
Meron was unbeatable.
Yeah, but the reason why he died...
It's because of
no one could beat him.
Except for the poison, what was it, the rose, the poison.
Oh, there was a poison. Okay, to be fair, the poison is... Yeah, you're right. The poison part was a bit meh.
The poison is what killed him.
Basically because, the guy who blew
essentially
himself up,
died, but he
died by poison. But actually, he was actually good by that point.
No, he actually died. Like, Meron died, and then they revived him through... Well, he didn't really die, but he was near death. Remember when he got blown up, and then his servants came back and let them eat him. Eat them, and then he came back. But the poison had already killed him anyway, and they ended up killing his servants as well. And they ended up killing that poor little girl.
No, he didn't kill her. Oh, he killed... She chose to stay with him.
Yeah, because of the poison.
I think she made the choice to actually be there.
Yeah, that was so sad.
Yeah, to see that part, you're like, okay, the cop out for him beating him.
And then Black Clover, no more magic. They've been stabbed. Their arms come off. They can't breathe. Oh, I'm just gonna give you some food. Oh,
it's literally
senzu beans. Yeah,
literally.
But at least senzu beans are like, I only have 1 or 2. At least that's all we have right now. This one is just like, my magic is food.
Yeah, and I just cook food
from nowhere. The ingredients come. I don't know where she get the ingredients. She could be in the wasteland. She come in the car with buns of chicken and all this stuff and just feeds everyone. And then everyone's good as new. Again. Some nonsense.
People have holes in their chest and they don't die. They have holes in. I swear, I told the people were going to be dead. I was like, oh, they died. And they were going to keep it. No. Within two page turns, people have been healed.
I've been afraid to have that problem as well, to be honest.
It's just, I know that's why I feel about this Bleach. I know we're going tangible. That's why I feel about Bleach at the moment, is that because I know how it happens, I can't feel hype about it. Like, I watch it, and I was like, yeah, it looks good, but like,
I think it's the hope that we're gonna have a better conclusion.
I don't hope for that. I just think it just looks like they spent money on it, and it might be fun to watch the fight scenes. That's the only reason. Yeah, that's the only reason.
The fight scene might be fun to watch. Yeah, I know I'll get annoyed when
I'll skip everything else and just watch the fight scenes.
No, I'll get annoyed when the old man dies.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Mamoto.
Yeah, when it comes to that, because he's so powerful, but we can just steal your bank like this. That's what happens. They all came. They stole every bank guys. No explanation as to how they could do that. They just showed up.
Yeah, he had some ridiculous bank accounts. Like
his bank account is mad.
You could have used it for like a minute, otherwise it would engulf the entire Soul Society, bruh. And then they just took his power.
Like that.
Well, that Zero, the head of the Zero Squad, Black Ant, when he can if he knows the name of yours, he can remove your name, basically can remove your powers. And somehow your Bao was able to reverse that. And
that's since we're talking spoilers.
This is why. I mean, if you haven't read Bleach by now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
You'll read it in like 5 minutes anyway. You can finish it in 5 minutes. This is the end. That's all right. You're going to take a 2-hour flight or 2-hour train journey? Just
read Bleach.
Fine.
Yeah. The entire day will be taking more than 2 hours, but the last arc will be 2 hours. Last arc's 2 hours. You're done. Okay.
We can talk manga spoilers and we can talk She-Hulk spoilers.
Let's do sumo.
Let's talk sumo. Yes.
Let's do sumo.
Right.
I mean, I kind of get it in a way. Obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm at this point. I'm reading. I'm still enjoying it, but I agree a bit. What is this? Oh, he said this about Boku no, not about JJK. Where it's like, I'm not really sure where it's going at the moment. JJK. Like that last fight, I'm a bit like, where are these two guys showing up?
Yeah, the reincarnations, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's randomly what's he saying? Katana. Is it katana?
Katana.
It makes me laugh. I'm like, I don't see why they've done this. But it makes me laugh. And then sumo guy. That's sumo.
It's sumo like 1,000 times.
Yeah. I don't know if time's supposed to stop. I'm not sure.
Just very slow. Very slow.
Okay.
So they did 1,000 times with like a minute in the other world.
Right, okay.
Similar to how.
So, but I'm just like, okay, I guess it's just a power up arc, but it's very silly. It's very silly.
It wasn't even a power up, so it was more like she opened her mind like an epiphany.
Yeah.
And now she's more like Toji.
Well, let's see.
I mean, Toji is just that's what shows how ridiculous he is, because she's ridiculous. Yeah, and she's like, I'm not even close to Toji's a man. And imagine the guy who beat Toji, even though Toji,
he almost killed Gojo.
He killed him basically, but he was able to.
Did he kill him?
Yeah, he kind of.
He wounded him very.
No, he was like dead, but he was able to restart his.
Something like that. Like Gojo before he was prime. Gojo before his prime, and then he made him his prime there by that.
Yeah, exactly. That. Nah, Toji was a.
So next JJK, the next Boku no isn't coming out. This isn't. It's gonna be some hiatus.
Oh, okay.
I looked at the thing and it was like 9 days, and I was like, 9 days, because something interesting is happening. Are you up to date? Yeah. With what's his face coming back to life?
I thought you was going to die, man.
He's dying, and they're stopping him from dying. I was surprised. I thought, I was like, oh, he's dead. And then it was like, oh, okay.
They just kind of...
But at least in this one, it's like when someone is being brought back from near death, there's a big cost to pay. Like someone else is going to die because of it, you know, rather than just we give you food and you you know, or it's like there's a proper implications of stuff. And there's in Boku no at the moment, it's like anyone could die. Like we don't really know, you know, who's gonna.
They just kill people off randomly. That's the thing. Like Night Eye,
unprepared,
kind of died. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Night Eye, the bounty air guy, right?
No, the guy that can see into the future.
Oh yeah, he died, but he died fighting Overhaul.
Yeah,
and Overhaul.
And then who died in the war arc is the main kind of Midnight. What's the name? Midnight?
Yeah, I think it's Midnight. She dies. Spoilers. Spoilers.
I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, the spoiler section is.
Yeah, a lot of people, but unexpected people that are not like main character. I mean, Midnight
Midnight
maybe.
It wasn't main, but she was quite a prominent figure. Like her dying, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, you know. And she did. I just kind of killed her off like. They randomly on the side, like two guys just met her and then
no, more than two. There were quite a few of them.
Yeah, and I remember that they saw her, I think she was injured or something.
Yeah, and then they all came at her. So she dies.
So it was a surprise.
Which is like, I was like, oh frick, she's dead. Yeah. And then who dies after that? Oh, the air bounce guy, he dies. But it's very sort of like very strange, like one panel of it basically. Because he's one trying to get into the school.
Yeah.
So he gets reinitiated into the thing, and then he actually becomes like a hero. But there's a bit you see in that part where they're invading the hospital. Mm-hmm. He dies when Shigaraki wakes up.
Oh yeah.
So he actually dies in that. The guy who makes shields, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quite a few people die.
Yeah, a lot of people die.
Twice dies, even though he's the baddie, but Twice dies, which I was surprised. I didn't think they'd kill him off like that, actually. It's Twice dies.
I like that. He's definitely quite sad, actually.
He was an interesting character, and they just... Because he wasn't really bad, but...
Yeah.
He was like, I'm on this side, but I actually believe in what's going on. And then he dies, which is surprising. And he gets so OP and he dies. And we don't know what's going to happen with the vampire girl. There's like a weird turning point they haven't quite...
it's a bit weird.
I'm not really sure what's happening with her. Because her thing is quite interesting because she's like... this is how she just shows affection, but it's like, it doesn't really work. It doesn't work well in normal society. Like, you can't be drinking people's blood. Can you stop it?
I know, it's
like, I can't stop it. That's the problem.
I wonder what they're going to do with All for One and...
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is he's going to break that container. That's that they're fighting. That's what he said he was going to do. He was like, I'm just going to go off and...
Because he's going to die.
He's basically going to stop existing because he used the... what's her name's power. So he's just reversing now until he's nothing. But like he's OP right now.
He's ridiculous.
He's OP right now.
How did they beat him? That's
I don't know. But anyway, it's like, how do you even have All Might even beat you? To be honest, like All Might is strong,
he beat him in his prime as well. When he was like, when you see him as a young guy, you're like, oh, he was just a normal.
But then All Might was fighting him in his prime as well. So
they both beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but because when you look at bloody Shigaraki and he is All Might now in his prime, and they're just throwing all this stuff at him, and he's just like meh. But he obviously All Might doesn't have a regenerative factor.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy does. It makes him just like so much worse.
It just takes everything.
He's like
whatever. Even though they're mashing him up, don't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it's quite weird because All Might didn't have access to the other. But he still managed to
fight this guy with a massive injury. But but like you're right. Like I don't know.
I mean, in fairness, like shouldn't Deku really he should be a lot more stronger.
OP
ridiculous.
Should be.
He's taking because he's taking.
He's not 100% though, is he?
No,
isn't he?
Not. It's not 100.
He's at 70.
He just can't use all the powers, but I don't think
he's at 70. Like when he does smash, he's at 70% or something.
70. Okay, something like he's not 100. I don't think. But even the 100% thing, it's just them. But all my things like he does 100%, but he does extra. So he doesn't just do 100% and cap. He keeps going. Yeah. So and Deku's on when he fought Overhaul. And
the only thing I don't like about the whole power up thing is like this is all happening in a year.
In
terms of timeline wise, from the day Deku got his powers to now, it's like a year or something.
Yeah. There's a time skip thing, isn't it? So
they should have time skipped it, man. But whatever.
Who said
after that war up 10 years later or something like that, and it's in the trenches.
They've done it stupid then.
But it is what it is.
I don't know if you guys have read One Piece.
Not yet. I
haven't read One Piece.
No.
So I'm not going to talk about it.
Sorry.
Interesting.
Is it interesting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'll read it after.
I'll read it after this.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, the last thing. She-Hulk one. And then, yeah. So at the moment, you're not watching She-Hulk, so we won't really give any spoilers. There aren't really any spoilers, really.
It's just it's a sitcom, really.
Yeah, so it's fun. Like, last episode made me laugh.
It was hilarious.
Oh my God. It's like, there isn't really anything happening in it that's like, seems consequential for the phase, but they have done things to like reference things that have happened in the past in other parts of the movie, which is quite fun. Like with Abomination, there's some stuff in Abomination that's actually quite amusing.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what they're going to do with Abomination later, because apparently Abomination might also have been part of Thunderbolts once.
That's what we were expecting, but I guess he's not, because he's not in the roster.
But it's interesting. Like it's an interesting take on like a slice of life. It's kind of a slice of life as a superpowered person. That's kind of what it is. Like she's trying to manage just being normal while also being a Hulk, and people obviously wanting her because she's a Hulk, not because of who she is as a person. So it's a fun little watch, and it's quite funny, to be honest. And there's a little bit of like I don't know how to phrase it. It's not women's rights, but like what it's like being a woman kind of thing. Like being like, there's a bit at the beginning where the Hulk's trying to teach her not to be angry, and she's like, I basically like controlling her anger. She's like, I control my anger all the time. Yeah. Because I'm scared of getting like murdered, basically. Yeah, and it's like it's quite clever the way it's been done. I think people won't like because it's work, but it's quite clever the way it's been done. And the episodes are funny and they're interesting, and there's a little bit of Hulk stuff in there, but it's like the Hulk stuff that's like, it's an amusing Hulk thing rather than like a ticking time bomb thing. It's fun. It's easy to watch. And it's
I watched the first one. It was nice.
It's just chill.
Yeah,
it's chill. I don't really know.
Pick up again.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're gonna do with it. Like, because there's a bad guy in it. Because there's some people that attack her, and she just be like, go away. But so I don't really know where they're going with it. But each episode is fun.
Yeah.
I'll continue it probably.
Yeah.
But I was trying to watch Ring of Power.
Ring of Power.
Yeah. I want to watch the first episode at the moment.
Yeah, I watched 2.
So only 2. That's
3.
That's 3 now.
Oh yeah, 1 came out.
I watched 2. Yeah.
So I need to. Because it's long as well.
Yeah, and it's enjoyable. I like that.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It looks fun. I like the world building in it.
It's Lord of the Rings. They've always got good world building.
Yeah. Makes me even forget a bit about like the original movies. Because I think I was quite young when I watched the original movies.
Yeah, I remember we watched it with Elliot, and he hated them. I loved it. I really enjoyed it, but he was like, he said the CGI back then was bad.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was.
Talk less of, but now it's like this.
But now we're still
even with more technology, we're still saying
because we're just getting completely acclimatized to what we think is. We've seen like really high quality one, and whenever it's not that, it's like ugh. You know, like we're watching it. But even when I watch Infinity War again, the graphics there are really, really good. But I'm just still looking and being like, I noticed that bit not being that real. But like when you see Thanos' face and all the stuff he does with his face, and you see what She-Hulk's face looks like, it's night and day.
She-Hulk looks like a PS3 kind of.
It doesn't look bad, but it really breaks your immersion when you see her face.
Because you can see like it's.
Yeah. You can really
you're not there.
Yeah,
really,
it's really uncanny valley about it.
Yeah.
And Thanos' one, he's just like you're just completely immersed.
Yeah, I never look at Thanos like, oh wow.
Yeah, I never wanted to like, that's weird. Yeah. Or even like the Black Order and the people that follow him around and stuff. You never look at them and think that's weird.
Yeah.
But with She-Hulk's face, you're always a bit like,
maybe it's just budget thing.
It is. It's just budget.
Yeah. They're just they're stressing out the VFX artists.
Yes, basically is what they're doing. Cool.
Okay, that's
it. Thank you for sticking around, listening to us rant about stuff. If you want to find us, you can find us on
Loading Time Pod.
Loading Time Pods.
Loading Time Podcast.
Loading Time Podcast on Instagram?
No,
on Twitter, Spotify, YouTube.
And YouTube.
There you go. Boom. Yeah. So look for us. I tweet random stuff now and again when I remember. It's hard being a tweeter, you know? Jeez, I can't sleep. So catch us again in a couple of weeks' time and see you around.
Ciao.
Bye.